I generally think that people massively overthink their VSLs and then they get into this analysis paralysis thing. Again, like done is better than perfect. There's a couple key things we want to accept though. So for one, we're not going to have a 100% viewer retention curve. It's going to look something like that, right? And so we can't, I mean, sure, there's things we can do to fight that, but we just had to accept that we're not going to have 100% viewer retention curve. So we can't rely on someone getting to the end of this to consume the most important information. Right, so what we want to do is order it from most important to least important piece of information.
So pretty much what you're saying is a VSL is just a video version of the landing page. Put most of the important stuff at the start.
Yeah, and also a video version of the sales pitch. So the VSL gets really, really easy once you've like really refined your sales pitch. But again, like we have to start somewhere. Like for example, the original With You VSL that me and Aiden filmed, I one-took the entire thing because we knew exactly what our pitch was. So generally speaking, two things that are going to stay pretty consistent is this first 30 seconds, we want to meet them where they're at. We want to repeat back to them things that are going through their head, right? So remember when we did the customer avatar, like things they're moving towards away from? We just want to like stack pain point, and then like a towards motivator. Again, like, does it matter if we do towards or away? Not really, just whatever resonates the most with the customer. A couple other things we want to do in this 30 seconds as well is also like proof, right? So there's a couple of different ways you can do this. The way that we do it on our VSL is we have it, and you have it like flash up on the screen behind me, don't you, right? There's other ways you can do it as well, like B-roll as well is another really good one. I mean, this is specific to us, but we'll edit in clips of all the different workshops. It reminds me of like when I was working in nightlife, the hardest event to sell was always just the first one because you didn't have any photo or video evidence that people had rocked up to this room that you were promoting, right? The whole purpose of the first event is just to get warm living bodies in the room so that you can take a bunch of photos and videos and then prove to everyone for the second one, look, people came to this first one, right?
Yep.
So that's massive social proof.
And for B-roll, that is just footage that overlays the initial footage of what you're talking about.
Yeah, correct. So you got that A-roll, which would be like me talking to camera. And then if Aiden was to flash up images and videos over this, like that would be the B-roll.
Yep.
So we do that and like that's like the first 30 seconds. Now we want to get into what I call this feedback story arc. So the feedback story arc, I'm sure there's like other ways people call this, but I kind of came up with this name back in 2019. And so essentially it's a non-feature driven way to explain how you do what you do to the customer. And so what you do is you split your offer into two core pillars. So you have pillar 1 and pillar 2. But before explaining those two pillars, you put why before them, right? So if you had to split your business into two core pillars, what would they be? I think we've spoken about it already, but just again.
Yeah, online workshop, one-on-one.
Cool. And then what's the second pillar? So like ongoing support?
Yeah, ongoing support.
This one-on-one workshop is like this unique delivery mechanism, right? So you want to compare it to things that they have done before. So why is this one-on-one workshop delivery mechanism better than things that have experienced before? And what have they experienced in the past?
Yep. They've obviously tried
Like
someone else done for you.
Yeah.
They've tried an internal marketer, but they were not good enough.
Yeah.
Or they've tried it themselves, DIY, and they just don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Like all this kind of boils down to they don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
What is the good problem that they get as a result of the one-on-one workshop that means they need the ongoing support?
So they will get a system that is internal.
Yep. So that system needs to be monitored.
Yep. System that is built and then needs to be monitored.
Yep.
Or
so
given
like ongoing feedback, right?
Yeah, ongoing feedback to their content.
Because now we have numbers to talk about. So if I was to raw dog your feedback story arc, it'd be something like, you do the first 30 seconds, and it's like, yep, like previously what we tried to do is we tried to solve this with like done for you, like solutions. A lot of people had tried internal team members. But the core problem that all of these avoided was the fact that the business owner didn't know what they didn't know. And so they were delegating it and the person they were delegating it to had a completely different opinion. It was like they were just speaking a completely different language, right? And so the way that we solve this is, well, we just do one-on-one workshops. Now, the reason this is more beneficial than like a done-for-you agency or getting someone internally is you'll actually be able to wrap your head around this. So if some point in time that it makes sense to delegate it to someone else, you can call them out on your bullshit. You actually have a strategy in place and you can just repeat what already works. You also already know your customer better than everyone else. One of the things is just like this organic social media content things just come out of nowhere and you don't understand it, so you have this avoidant relationship with it. And so on the one-on-one workshop, we do X, Y, Z, and then you kind of just like feature dump a little bit.
100%.
But, you know, now that you've got this system live, you need to monitor the system. Now we actually have numbers as well that we can talk about. Like previous to this, you just like didn't know what you didn't know. You were just throwing stuff out there. You had no idea what to do with the feedback. Now what we need is ongoing feedback. It's just like when you have ad spend or you have processes, you have people, you need to look at the feedback, go through, all right, cool, we're going to repeat this successful action. We're not going to do this anymore. And that's why for 6 months afterwards, I continue to work with people so that they don't just have the system in place, but they have a well-oiled system. Just like you'll take your car into the mechanic to tune things up, make it faster, make the exhaust bit flames so it still goes 0 to 100 in 2.9 seconds flat. And we can continue to improve that process. And so between the two things, you have the one-on-one workshop so we can speed run your understanding. And then we have the ongoing support so that you don't just have the system, you continue to improve it, right? So that would be, and you'll be able to do that better because the best thing with a feedback story arc as well is the business owner can always tell it really, really well because they just tell a story of like how the business came about.